want you breaking down my walls again, just to set me free.
Subscribe belum? Kalau belum ya subscribe lah, dan jangan lupa nyalakan loncengnya. Kalau enggak, lepasin nyalakan gua.
Let's have another look at the start then. It was a brilliant start from Marc Marquez. Not so for Quartararo and Morbidelli, who struggled a bit. Davizio in the back straight and into turn 6.
Rins on the charge already, your coach winner. He got up the inside of Cal Crutchlow coming into Tito Punt's corner. Marquez stands firm, no way through for him right now.
No, he just needs to calm down a bit here, Davizio. So it's been a bit of a messy first couple of laps. He needs to get into some sort of rhythm. There's Quartararo. Okay, not the perfect start, but he's in third. Sector 3 is where Marc tends to prevail. There's Davizioso, there is Alex Rins. Smooth, sleeky style of the Austin race winner, trying to find a way. Once again, Morbidelli, Matt, the sweet handling Yamaha through those fast right hands, just so stable.
Rins, I knew he was having a look up the inside of Andrea Davizioso, couldn't so.
Race record changes again, and it's Fabio Quartararo, a 38.330 from the 20-year-old Frenchman as he starts to get warmed up now. Slowest at the start of races. He is brilliant towards the end. If he can stay in contention, he could be in with a shout here.
Just shows how tough and tight the level is. That's where the Yamaha makes its lap time. Fast corners, high corner speed, lots of lean angle. That's where the Yamaha normally slows strong. Now then, Alex Rins is
not able to find a way to get past, well, to break free of the shackles of Franco Morbidelli when he's doing a brilliant job in sector 8. This is Marquez
split, the petulant Yamaha SRT teammates.
Interesting that in the top 10, everyone's got...
And the Steve just got nudged down a little bit wide. And that's dropped him back out of the podium battle early on. Crutchlow just can't find a way through to the cat. He just fires out there. Crutchlow, he's like he's on a bungee cord. Everything he recovers, he just loses almost immediately.
Another 10th game for this man, Marc Marquez. As
Vinales and Rins, 38.3s. Valentino Rossi actually, he's clicked into top gear now as well because he's just done his fastest lap of the race. Rossi's race compromised
time around. We'll keep an eye on the time. It's a 38.2 this time from Marc Marquez, and that is probably enough to now break the gap.
Marquez, in the blink of an eye, already in sector 1, has taken another 3 tenths out of Franco Morbidelli on this lap for the first time in this Spanish Grand Prix. They can't live with the pace of Marc Marquez. And traditionally, we have seen them wilt and struggle in hot conditions. They were nowhere, they just couldn't retaliate. They both dropped into the 39s for the very first time. Vinales kept himself in the 38s. He's quicker than the 2 Yamahas ahead of him, but he's snapping at his heels. Well, the door wasn't left ajar too wide, but he burst on through it. So Quartararo now up in a second place.
Marc Marquez, well, this is
him and that Honda combination are so formidable, so strong.
Here comes another move from Alex Rins, not enough room there, and find a way through on Jack Miller.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because Crutchlow has been stuck behind Petrucci and Davizioso now for what seems like trying to race at the Ducati, but it's almost like a mission impossible at times.
Well, it certainly seemed that way from Brno last year to here. Davizioso scored more points. And Marquez has just set the fastest lap of the race as well, Matt.
That is taking the mickey now, isn't it? 38.1 in these conditions. Ollie. So Quartararo's safe on for it. Oh no, something's happened to Quartararo. Quartararo's got a mechanical. What has happened to Fabio Quartararo? What a nightmare for the French.
Rins has gone through now on Morbidelli. And Rins is going to take a championship lead as it stands. That actually does change the dynamics of the championship. Actually, the points would be one in it with Marquez in favour going into Le Mans. They're not catching Marc Marquez, not right now, not unless he runs into...
He's kept Marc Marquez on this for a long time, and Marc Marquez, Jack Miller fires it up the inside of his great mate Cal Crutchlow and nearly lose the front end. Lynn Jarvis will be just as frustrated as anybody. Of course, he's the Yamaha Motor Racing's manager. His priority is the factory team, but to have seen Fabio cruise control, although I seem to remember saying that 3 weeks ago in Texas, and we know what happened there. 4 seconds he leads now over Alex Rins. Vinales for the whole of this Spanish Grand Prix so far. He's certainly been able to evaluate and assess the strengths and weaknesses of Jack Miller on the GP19, that's for sure. 0.003 of a second quicker than Vinales. Nothing between their lap times. Vinales, when he's in this position, Steve, we know he can actually maintain.
To try and make up another place or two to keep himself pretty in the championship. This is the battle for 14th that we didn't expect to see this weekend between Lorenzo. I'm sticking hopeful is sticking around here and trying to keep at bay the two Ducatis behind. They're lapping similar at the moment. Vinales, Dovizioso, Petrucci.
In the last couple of laps has suddenly got Miller, Morbidelli and Crutchlow with relative ease.
He just shows you what
previous lap. Here's a man who you wouldn't think lightning would strike twice, having made that howler in Texas when he was covered brilliantly.
Well, here we are in Jerez, and Marquez bounces back. The checkered flag is out. A momentous victory.
And